Watching the news is destroying your life. If you're consuming news, traditional social media, whatever's being curated for you by somebody else, you are doing a great deal of harm to yourself and your family. Now, let me be more descriptive there. If you are sitting in front of the TV watching the news, haven't you noticed that everything is about what is wrong with the world, what is wrong with people, what we're doing to the environment, the latest war? And now these things are bad, but they're trying to convince us overall that humanity is a big steaming pile of shit. And it's just not true. The reality is most people are amazing. So we cannot allow this negative narrative, this humanitarian shame to sneak into our consciousness, or we start to buy in, believe it, and live it. That's not okay. Now, if you choose to do that, you're going to see negative things happening in your life. You're going to be viewing situations in a negative way. You're inviting bad outcomes. You're inviting conflict. You're inviting the degradation of your relationships. I mean, the number of things that will happen to you if you don't stop this are innumerable. No, I want to talk to you about myself. Many, many years ago, I would watch, a news story, or I would read an article, wherever that came from, whatever that vector was, and I would own that. I would take that in. I'm a researcher, so I would get to know that. And then the problem with the way that I processed information before was I would go out and try to find more of the same thing. Meaning I was trying to reinforce my confirmation bias. I took the first thing as an authority, the news, and I took that news as, well, this is just how it is. Let me go find more information to corroborate this or to support this opinion. An opinion I didn't form. It was given to me. And so I would get deeper and deeper into the trenches of this is the way it is, and it's just this way because of this, and I would regurgitate whatever was given to me. Well, the problem is I never stopped and asked why. And so that had a deep impact on my life, and I didn't question anything. And it was until I started questioning the things that I see in my world that my results personally, financially, relationally, they really started to take off. So let me give you a couple tips, a couple things that can help you out if you are deep in the quagmire of believing the narrative. Number one, turn the damn TV off. Turn the news off. It's garbage. News is there to sell you ads. Ads are sold to a specific metric, a specific way of communicating with you that breeds negativity. An unsettled mind is looking for a solution, and that solution is, hey, we've got something to sell you, or that constant convincing you of something's wrong with humanity, you living with that shame, like that is hurting you immensely. So shut the news off and stop consuming it. Social media. Is your algorithm trained in social media to show you the negativity? Take a look in your feed, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and if you see something you don't like, ask it to stop showing it to you. Usually there's a couple little buttons in the top right-hand corner that say, I want to see less of this. I want to see less of this. You see something you're like, I would like to see more of this. I would like to see more of this. Go into the search bar and go find something that you're really passionate about that is positive. Go and find that thing and look at 10 different posts, 1 different post, 5 different posts. The algorithm's going to go, hey, this pleases this individual, and the next time you log on, it's going to remember to show you a little bit more. Think about it. When I go onto Facebook Marketplace and I look for a snowmobile, because it might make my kiddos happy when the snow falls this year, I didn't see any snowmobile ads. Now suddenly they're everywhere. So turn the algorithm into a positive algorithm. That's a big one. Now, number 3, also choose what you read. So when you go out onto the internet, choose a diverse set of sources. If you're going to read the news, you're going to read news articles, most of them are online nowadays. Great. Read the article, but every time you're reading something, think about what is the intent of this author. What is he trying to convince me of? Everything. What I'm doing right now, I'm trying to convince you of something. Every bit of media, every person, every corporation, every government is trying to convince you of a viewpoint. What are they trying to convince you of? And when you think you can see, well, they could be trying to convince me of this, or maybe this, or maybe this. And at first you might not be good at imagining what those points are, but you'll get better over time. Oh, they're trying to sell this whole article was for them just to mention this product that I could buy. So what now I have to question, is the article factual? If all they wanted to sell was this gizmo or gadget that would make my life better, they talked about all the problems, and instead of solutions I can implement, there's a gadget. Go to another web page, research the gadget, look up reviews on it. Are you convinced you're buying it? If you're not buying it, this is another example of looking at this data. What we're talking about, essentially, to wrap this all in a bow, is one way of using critical thinking, using your mind to sift through the unlimited amount of data that is out there and choose what you want to believe. And guess what? You don't have to be right. You will be right according to you. What do you believe in that your next door neighbor or your brother or your sister, what do you believe in that they don't believe in? Beliefs are ours, and it's part of our critical thinking process. So take it to heart and start implementing these couple things. We'll be happy to share a ton more. If you like the content here, please follow us. Head over to YouTube, find The Positive Network. We're here spreading information on self-sufficiency and critical thinking, how you can live your life and rely a little bit less on others. The less you rely on others, the more you can help your neighbor, your community, and your nation. Love you all. Stay positive. Stay sovereign.